I think I figured out why dating is so much easier in Asia. And it's not for the reason that you would think. It doesn't even have to do with like an older guy dating a younger woman. It's a younger guy dating a younger woman. Any guy dating anybody over in Asia compared to the West. My son recently told me a story. My son is, I'm a bad dad, I think 24 years old. He's been dating online and he told me the craziest story, and it made me think like, oh, this is a real reason why it's just not easy to date there anymore. I'm gonna tell you all about that. I'll tell you his story. Right now, I'm walking around a little bit. I was in Saladang area. I'm walking to this new development. I've never been to it yet, and I remember when they were developing it. It's huge, it's huge. So that's where I'm heading, right over here. This is all pretty new. I mean, I remember when they had it all blocked off, under construction. So this is it here, One Bangkok. Get in here and check out this new development. Over here, Lumpini Park, big beautiful park. And on this side, One Bangkok. We'll go in here, walk around, check it out. Beautiful, beautiful new development. You know, where I live in Michigan, Detroit, they put one building up in like the last 5 years, this Hudson's Tower, and it's just such a big deal. Like this whole complex is like 8 of those, and I mean, do something like this over here. Do something like this in Michigan. Alright, I think maybe this would be a better place to sit down somewhere and have a little chit chat. Let's go look at this fountain real quick first. Look at this. This kind of reminds me of the egg from Chicago. Anybody ever been to Chicago and seen the egg? Look at this. That's pretty cool, huh? Ooh, that makes you dizzy right there. I was just walking by this part. Look at everything's flipped upside down. That is so weird. Wow. There we go, right there. Few reasons why dating in Asia is better. Now, for instance, I'm in Thailand. In Thailand, they say that the female population is like 56 to 58%. So, bam, right there, easier to date. On top of that, when men become 18 years old, they may go in the military, they may go in the monkhood. They go in the monkhood, they're out of commission forever. They're not in the dating pool, you know. Lady boys, you got a lot of guys here, you know, a lot of the Thai population, you look around, motorbike taxi drivers, grab drivers, just driving for a living, working long hours, you know. It may not be the most tempting person for a woman here to want to date. They may not be the most desirable person, as opposed to a foreigner that comes here and looks a little different, you know. It's like a little spicy, a little unique, you know. They may be you kind of stand out a little bit more and might be a little easier to date. And like I said, that pool going from 58% to even more, it's easy. It's much easier. So back in the West, there's a lot of men in the dating pool that are looking for more of a traditional type woman, like you may find in Asia. And a lot of women in the West now just aren't that way. Now, I'm going to speak a little bit specifically to the United States now, and it may be the same way in Europe. I don't know, but my kid told me this crazy story, and it just got me to thinking of, you know, this is really taking a chunk out of the dating pool for any individual man, but in America, or woman, or the women have the same problem in America. So my son told me, he said, he's been, he's online, he dates, whatever, he meets people, but he had been talking to this one girl, and when Charlie Kirk got a couple weeks ago, the girl called my son, and she said to him, she goes, what do you think, what do you think about what happened to Charlie Kirk? And my son said, oh, I mean, that's terrible. I hate to see something like that happen to anybody. He's got young kids, a family. And she says, I can't date you. If you're not happy about what happened to him, I'm not going to date you. And she may have said more explicit words, but I'm not going to put that in the video. But she's like, I'm not going to go out with somebody that's not happy about what happened to him. And my kid's like, oh my God, you're friggin' nuts. He basically told her she's a lunatic and bam, blocked her. That was the end of that. He never talked to her again. But what a fucking nut job. So that just goes to tell me that, back when I was younger, people were more moderate. There wasn't this far left, far right like there is now. So now if you're trying to date somebody in America, like before, when I was young, if somebody was a little bit more liberal, a little bit more conservative, it never was an issue when you're dating them or in a relationship. It was just whatever. It wasn't like the topic of conversation, wasn't the main thing. Now, if somebody's on the far left, you can't be with somebody on the far right. It's impossible. They would destroy each other. It would never work out. It's just too big a point of contention. But even like my son, he's not a political type of guy. He doesn't really think about that type of stuff. He's more moderate. He's probably more a little bit more liberal. Like I'm probably more on the conservative side of moderate. He's probably more on the liberal side. But you got different things that you feel are important on both sides. You're not like all this way or all that way. But even if you're in the middle, like my son is, and this chick's on that far crazy left, to them, if you're in moderate, you're in the center, or you're on the far right, it's the same to them. It's the same to that. So if you look at it that way, far left, far right, moderate, that's 33%. So right there, even before you decide what a woman looks like, or a man, if you're in America, as far as that goes, but if you don't like, say you didn't like people with blonde hair, or you didn't like skinny people, or you didn't like heavy people, before all those things would cancel somebody out for you, now you only have 33% of the population in your country, in America. Like I said, I don't know about Europe, but so in that 33% dating pool, maybe there's 75% of those people you wouldn't like for other reasons, their personality, their looks, their religion, their anything. So look at that. Now, for instance, you come out here and you're dating, you're going on a date with some Asian lady here. You're never talking about politics. That's never coming up. Like that's a whole category that's taken away that you don't even have to think about out here. But like I said, in America, that's a huge factor. I would not even want to deal with that. Like that would be so friggin' annoying to me. If that girl would have said it to me, I guess I would have hung up on her too. But I don't know. It's fucking disgusting. These people are fucking lunatics. Like anybody that's that crazy on one side or the other, that it's like that's all you think about, you need friggin' help and you're brainwashed. So I think it's like a couple different malls over here. I walked through the Stories when I came in. Oh, this Sardines. There's one in Prom by my house. Very expensive, high-end coffee shop. Very, very fancy. So this is the Stories, and then you have Parade over here. What do you guys give away? Sample?
Caramel tart ครับผม
Okay, ขอบคุณครับ Oh, no, thank you. Let's check the prices of the new iPhone 17 Pro Max. Check this out. You want the 2 terabyte version? It's going to cost you 80,000 baht, 2,500 bucks. I think just the 48, the lowest model one, 48,000 baht, like 1,500 US dollars. That's for 256 gigs. Friggin' insane. Do you guys see what I got here? You probably saw my new bag. Look at this. Caterpillar bag. I had a Under Armour, one of those, the drawstring type of bag. I've had it for years. It's so durable, and that's what I carry my camera and my umbrella around it, you know. And that one, the drawstrings are starting to rip off, so I had to get this new bag. Bought this yesterday from Emporium, 1,000 baht for this. I looked at those pack safe bags. My buddy's like, oh, you gotta get the pack safe. I'm like, I'm not worried about somebody coming up and trying to cut something out of my bag. I'm not keeping my wallet or passport or anything in there. And that was like 49,000 baht or 4,900 baht, and this one was 1,000 baht, like I said. So I'm going with the Caterpillar bag. I'm not a fancy guy. Just when I get done talking about bags, look at this store. They got a ton of bags in here. Watch, I'll find something I like more. Now that I bought my bag yesterday, I'm gonna go look. I shouldn't do this to myself. Today's exchange rate, $100 bill, 31.68. I think it was 31.50 the other day, so changed a little bit for the better, but not great these days, not great these days. All right, guys, we don't see this every day. Is this still in business in America? Look at this. Toys R Us. I haven't seen one of these in a long time. And they got Hot Wheels. Look at this. $100, almost 3,000 baht for the Hot Wheels. I got a whole bin of these at my house in America. Hopefully my grandkid's gonna be playing with them soon. I think he will. Look at the view over here. Man, this city is just amazing. I just can't go on and on and on about how awesome this city is. You know, after thinking the greatest cities in the world, Chicago, New York, LA, Atlanta, and they come here, my God, you just don't know what you're missing if you've never been out of America. Trust me. That's my little video for the day. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Give me a thumbs up if you did. Make sure you subscribe. See you guys in the next video. Greeny out.